What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Art of Letting Go. Out here at the beach, one of my favorite places to come, showing off my beach body. You know, man, it's a beautiful day, and I really wanted to start this episode by dedicating it to my homeboy from middle school. It's about to call you by your real name. But Los Cosby, man. And this is dedicated to anybody out there that, has a dream and just to follow through with that thing. I specialize it to Los, but also to myself because, we talked about doing things alone. For a long time, I did this podcast with, shout out to Alpha. We did this podcast for a little over a year, and life happens, man. Life happens. Alpha had a child, and not to say that took away from anything that we were doing, but it shifted priorities. You know what I mean? And this is something that I wanted to continue doing myself. Just because I really didn't want to put that stress on somebody feeling like my dream had to, in fact, be theirs. You know what I mean? But kind of jumping back into it, this podcast is something that I've always wanted to do. I was afraid to do it by myself. This is probably the most honest that I'm even being with myself right now. But I was afraid to do this by myself. Because you just don't know. You just don't know how people will feel about it, how it'll go. Man, so many planes and so many different sounds. It's amazing. But also the ocean is clearing my thoughts right now for me to really speak clear to myself and to you all. But, I started this podcast and I really didn't know what was going to come of it, but I knew it was something that I felt very passionate about. And the more that I did it, the more I knew what I wanted out of this and what I wanted to do. And it was clear to me. And, it can be very scary stepping out on your own. Like I said, I wanted to do this from the jump, but I was scared to do it by myself. And life has continuously pushed me, and that's not just with this, but it's with anything that I do. Life has continuously pushed me to follow my first mind, and here I am doing this alone. And I've recorded episodes by myself before and didn't really think nothing of it, but now that I'm really in my mind intentionally following through with doing this alone, it was a little scary. It really was. I didn't know if people would continue to listen to this podcast. I really didn't. Alpha definitely a key factor in this, and I definitely plan, when Alpha has a time to bring him on regularly. But, I didn't know if I would be able to keep your attention this long by myself. And I had to let go of that fear. Recording, it's been some times, I'm sure if you've listened to the last couple of episodes, there's been some times where the audio is fucked up, the video may not look right, and I feel like I'm restarting again, but it's also fun again for me. It's really fun to be sitting out here and just figuring it out all over because I have experience. I definitely have the experience under my belt. So now it's really about taking that experience and these new ideas and working them out. And, for Los, I really wanted to let you know that it ain't nothing to it. You've already done this before, so just continue to do it, man. Like, my setup is not extravagant. I record this is me pulling the curtain back for anybody that has interest in doing a podcast, or anybody that's really thinking that you have to be at a certain level or have something, more than yourself. I'm recording this on an iPhone. My phone is an iPhone that is filming me. I'm using a Zoom recorder that, shout out to my cousin in UK, gave it to me because he got it in school, and eventually I plan to make the production better, but right now this is where we at. You know what I'm saying? And I accept that, and I'm cool with that, and I'm not stopping. I'm keeping it going. I'm keeping my dream alive. And that's to anybody. If you have a dream, keep that fucking dream alive. Don't let any obstacles get in your way. Don't think because you can't afford to have the microphones or whatever the fuck you think people are using to help you, because that is not the shit that's gonna make you who you are. You are still you. And I'm talking loud because I'm trying to talk over these planes. But at the end of the day, you are still you. I'm out here at the beach. I'm not in nobody's expensive studio. I'm not using no expensive mics. I don't even have a damn shirt on. Shout out to Ko Young for my tattoos. There's a lot of shout outs in this episode. But, I'm just out here and I'm just doing this. And I'm doing this because it's something I love. And, with everything you do not lose the love within it. I had a friend tell me that they hadn't heard any music from me in a while, and it's because I really lost the love and the passion for it, and now I feel it again. So I'm ready to step back into that world because I had to reconnect with it. I know that's kind of off topic, but saying all that to say, keep following your dreams, keep doing what you're doing, keep loving yourself. And, just keep knocking out your goals, man. Like, you owe it to yourself. We're not getting any younger. None of us are getting younger. You owe it to yourself to do whatever you want to do within this lifetime, because you only get this one that we know of. We don't know what's after this. But while we got this one and while we here, let's fucking take advantage of it. And let's fucking take over the world in whatever ways that we possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to Los. Shout out to Alpha. Alpha is out here being an amazing father, and that is so dope to see. Y'all don't even know how dope that is to see. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably the most passionate project that I've ever seen him involved in. And, not to call his child a project, but that I've never seen him more passionate about anything than being a dope father. So, congratulations to him. And, and I'm just here with y'all and trying to figure it all out in my own life. So, that's all I have for you today. This has been Mike Brown. This was a good experience. The ocean always gives me so much inspiration. Outside always gives me so much inspiration. So if y'all would like to get in touch, please send an email to theartoflettinggopodcast at gmail.com. If you would like to follow The Art of Letting Go on social media, we are on all social media at The Art of Letting Go Podcast. You can find me at Just Mike Brown on all social media. And you can find any of my creative endeavors that I'm working on, whether it be music, art, or any of that stuff that I'm doing. You can find it at primomiguel.com. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. If y'all like what I'm doing, what we doing, because this is our podcast. It's the people's podcast. So if you like it, subscribe to it, rate it on iTunes. Let your people know about it. I really love y'all for listening to this, watching this. You don't understand how healing this is for me. I know y'all tell me all the time how much you appreciate me doing this, but this is really healing my soul. So thank you. And that's it. Till next week. Peace.